What would you say the difficulties in having to portray a real-life character on screen?
It's difficult playing someone who's still alive because you do want to do them justice. You know, you want them to be happy with the part of their life that you're showing. And Susie remembers James very fondly and believes that their love was real, and I do as well. I think they were drawn to each other like magnets, but it was almost too powerful. It was too much personality for one relationship, and he was a very difficult person to live with. He struggled with depression and drinking, and she tried. I mean, one of my favorite lines in the film is in my last scene with James, where I say, if it had been just the infidelity, just the drinking, just the drugs, just the lying, maybe it could have worked out. But everything at once, it was impossible. And I think Susie knew what she was getting into with someone like James Hunt, but it was more than she could bear. Despite that, they had a beautiful, brief romance, a bright, brief flame. And I wanted to do that justice, and I think we did. When I watch the film, I really feel their love for each other.
Well, for me, it's not the first time that I played a real-life character. In Control, I played Annie Gonorrhea journalist who lives in Belgium. Long time ago, in Downfall, I played Traudl Junge, who had died 2 years before, but still, so I'm a bit familiar with these situations. I always find I enjoy preparation. I enjoy the time before, you know, that I have to myself to find out about these people and everything. But then actually, it's a film at the end of the day. And I also enjoy feeling free on set. I think for Daniel Bruhl, who in my opinion has done a terrific job, I think for him it was more difficult because in Germany, at least, you know, Niki Lauda is presenting Formula One. So people have a very specific, they know immediately, they have an immediate idea of what the sound of Lauda's voice is and things like that. And Daniel did a superb performance, yeah.
I mean, both of us, I think we felt the weight on our shoulders because we played two icons, you know, and we had a lot of people hanging around who knew it all, you know, who knew exactly how that guy was or how Niki was, you know. So it was, I mean, I had the advantage that I could meet Niki a couple of times, so he would explain me a lot of things, but it was tough for Chris, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you sort of, the sort of advantages and disadvantages, I think, to having, you know, the authority on these characters there, because you, on one hand, okay, a resource of information and knowledge about these people, but it's also, you know, there can be contrasting and contradicting opinions, and you kind of start to go, well, hang on, what's my version of this character? And so I kind of did a whole lot of research and spoke with people, and then got to a point when I just had to sort of put my head down and say, okay, now who do I think this guy is, and what's my interpretation of it, instead of trying to, you know, please many different people. And that was the thing about both these characters, with the fiercely honest and you know, refusal to conform to any standard that someone else put upon them. It was all about it's staying true to who they were, you know, and it was a nice reminder, I think, for both of us while attempting to portray these characters.
What did you think of Daniel Bruhl when you first met him? Did you ever imagine anyone else playing kind of you in a film with him?
No, I learned that he's going to play me. He came to Vienna, and I said, what is going to be your problem? He said, your problem is that you're still alive, and you're in television all the time, talking all kind of rubbish or not. And to speak as a German Austrian is very difficult. And to speak my way of English is more difficult too. And the way I move and do this and that, he said, it's going to be tough for me. But when I saw him in the movie the first time, I thought it's unreal how exactly he is playing my personality.